Okay, Libra, welcome back for 2020 January. We are here to do your psychic read for what's to come in January. I may, during the read, cover aspects of the astrology, and yes, I have a broken nail, but we're persevering forward. Welcome back to those of you who have been following me for the last 3 years. We're moving into the 4th year on YouTube. If you are new, I cover twin flame path. I'm a twin flame who's in union. I'm a twin flame coach. I connect the astrology. I do moon updates, ascension symptoms, you name it, we cover it. So if you're wanting to subscribe, click the bell on your computer version. If you actually click it, you will get notified. Now, with your crowning energy, the interesting thing was when I started meditating upon your sign, the funny thing is I recorded this 3 times, and 3 times, okay? Now, when that tends to happen, energetically, usually it's a go-over. Now, obviously, with the eclipses coming up, there are some situations coming back into play, both with what was occurring in December 2019, with the eclipses cycling out, and energetically, even as a psychic medium, what I have found, and you may start finding this too, very similar to eclipses, one energy plays out and then rolls over, and even if it's a new moon and it's there energetically to bring gifts and blessings to you, you get a bit of both. So one cycle must end before a new cycle starts. The moon phases for you guys is going to be quite unique, and I do feel, obviously, with this energy coming through with the eclipse, with the Saturn, Capricorn and Pluto energy coming through with the conjunction, there's a lot playing out, and there can be family related dynamics coming up. And I do know for you guys, Saturn, Pluto and Jupiter is all in your 4th house. Now, 4th house covers, and this is to be mindful because these placements for you guys will play out during the year. Now, 4th house is your home related dynamic, okay? It's you as a nurturer. It's your day-to-day routine, your schedule, the things in which you can create a healthy home, a healthy routine, trying to balance things. And especially with these eclipses, moving through, we had Capricorn, and now we're moving into Cancer in January 2020. Now, astrologically speaking, those placements have occurred. If you want to timestamp it to a synchronistic pattern of potentially what might have been happening around those times, we can link back in astrology and history. Now, 201, I do believe, when 9/11 occurred. So, and then World War I, World War II. But obviously there were other things going on that ending cycles. Pluto is the sort of the microscope onto situations that are decaying, that aren't working. So it's the reality of the natural ebbs and flows of changes in situations and the acceptance of those factors. With that dynamic playing out, I did suggest in December last year gemstones you can use to assist. Now, the nodes will be changing this year into Gemini and Sagittarius. Now, Gemini is governed by Mercury, so any communication, any short distance travels, really getting a gemstone that is going to help you with your communication is going to be quite important. And definitely I would highly recommend a base chakra stone. So if you can get some chakra stones to keep your chakras in alignment, and you can place them through the house, especially being that it is your psychological foundation, domestic issues, endings, parents and home. It's the home-related environment that's really going to come up into highlight for you guys. And for your work, I mean, this is an overall read, so we're going to be covering every area, including romance. And I do have a placement for love, and then at the bottom we're covering your romance psychically. So we've got a bit of everything in here. We've got, your astrology, we've got some tips, and we've got your romance house and what's coming through for your partnered energy. And this doesn't have to be that you're physically with the person. Energetically, what you'll find is, and this is what some people don't understand, when you're tuning into one energetic individual, you are tapped into their frequency, so it will directly channel through your read. I have noticed a pattern from December where a lot of people are mirroring each other. So regardless of be it you're together or you're not, whomever this person is, there is mirroring going on. Now, although I did do this read 3 times because I have downloaded software to actually create these videos, ironically enough, the gemstone that did come through in your crowning energy was very similar, and it is sort of connected to the Mercury frequency. You guys are great communicators, but I did notice in 2019 there was, towards the end of the year, probably amping up from October, moving towards December, there was a transformation going on for Libras. So there was that energy coming through where you had this urgency and you wanted to complete tasks so they weren't rolling over into 2020. And then further so, it was almost an acceptance of those variables of, you know, the dark and the light, what's to be is to be, but also having a very strong intent that you wanted to make 2020 something extremely positive for yourself. Now you've got turquoise for your actual gem, okay? Now the card says, I'm always in the right place at the right time with the right people. Now it's interesting because the eclipse being in Cancer can be family-related dynamics. Now Cancer is your 10th house placement. So this is to do with your career. And again, I would definitely say when it does come to family, it does come to your intuition, and then it does come down to your career, you know, the things you're working towards. You're having a solar return, so the energy of situations that you're moving into with the Capricorn frequency going on, what you're going to find is it's multitasking to the max. The nodes, when they do transfer in March, and I believe it's the 5th, what will happen is we will have 2 energies of nodes playing out. They will transfer from Cancer Capricorn into Gemini Sagittarius. Now with that you'll have simultaneously the 2 energies playing out, an eclipse season plus the nodal energy of Gemini Sagittarius. I will do the energy updates to do with those each moon phase. I'll mention what potentially could be coming up with you with the aspects and card readings connected. Now with that, you've got your career in highlight. Your career in 2020 does bode well. You've got to put the energy into it though. It's very similar to looking at situations and saying, okay, it's aspected in my chart, so therefore it is. It also, with the Capricorn frequency, is about accountability and really taking the bull by the horns and getting things done. Home-based businesses are very highlighted this year, and definitely transfers into the way we are looking at employment, the way we are doing things, thinking outside the box, so to speak. Now, this card states, improved timing increases the occurrence of synchronistic opportunities. Be inspired with creative ideas. Develop understanding in various cultured and spiritual philosophies, and that's really the nodes in Gemini. You know, it's being a master of everything. You know, knowing so much information, collecting information. It's very Mercury orientated, so it's short trips, it's movement, it's your day-to-day routine. And again, regressing back and looking at those things and fine-tuning those things within yourself. And the nodes will be there for 2 years. Now, the one placement you do need to bear in mind throughout the next 7 years, and I'll be mentioning it, so if you're here with me, we can work through those 7 years. Chiron falls in Aries in your 7th house. So this is to do with marriages, contracts, and partnerships. So when you're dealing with relationships, when you're dealing with business ventures and things to that degree, what you need to understand is that it comes up as a wound. So the question you need to ask yourself in 2020, how have I been underestimating myself? And that's for everyone collectively. So with that wound placement, we've moved through a year. It ends up being in Aries for 8 years. So we're moved 7 years effectively. Okay, so we have, which is a very spiritual number, and it is your 7th house placement, and you are governed by Venus, which is contracts, partnerships, relationships, one could say. With that, when wounds come up, it's not like it's really working on those core wounds, doing the hard work in that. So sometimes, yes, potentially you can get triggered, but the more you master that, you'll find you'll become even more so balanced, Libra, in that energy. And, you know, potentially old situations in a mindset can come up in a newer situation, or the direct situation you're in, and could potentially trigger you. So bear that in mind when situations are playing out, and look at the things of which it's all divinely guided, it's all correct timed. You know, be it you're a soulmate, you're a twin flame, you're in a relationship, you know, trusting the process that everything happens for a reason. Now, the key gems I suggested was amethyst for your crown chakra, because with the Schumann resonance, plus us needing to really follow our intuition, that's going to assist. But don't overuse it if you're feeling agitated, because it will open up your crown chakra and it can make you feel quite agitated. So just gauge each day if you're using it, you know, to protect your energy. If you're needing to meditate, hold the gem. Also, black onyx or tourmaline and clear quartz, I feel they're also, and an additional to the other two that I mentioned, will really benefit you moving through. Now, the first card out the door is obviously past tense connected, but moving into the here and now. Now, you're loyal to the path. You're also moving into better times. You set an intent by the end of the year. You may have had a purge and needing to be in hermit mode, having a bit of downtime. And if you've had time to do that, you're really going to benefit, because this is going to be a supercharged month. I'm also sensing that potentially, with some scenarios going on, it will be external to you, but you will be visually seeing it, especially with the 4th house placement of your home-related environment. So this can be, especially with the eclipses, I love saying this, home, family, mother, father energy with Saturn and the moon. Okay, so family-related dynamics coming up. Now, most of the time you see that energy at Christmas, but potentially it was playing out around that time. And you were already sensing and feeling how some of those shifts were energetically needing to change. Moving forward, and especially being a 9, it meant meditation time, you know, maybe mental healing through the third eye, thinking of those situations, actually looking back and energetically celebrating what you have achieved from 2019 beyond to this point. Now, your intent is to really make very good choices in 2020. Now, although this is overall energy for this month, the way the cards are playing out and the way I've noticed, it is sort of giving a hunch, because eclipses can last energetically for 6 months. We are having 6 this year, so it is a supercharged year. It's a vibrational number 4 year. So it bodes well in duality, in a sense of people working together, picking your tribe, choosing what you're working on. If you put your back into it, really achieving those hopes and dreams. So I feel you guys had meditated upon situations moving into 2020. And if you've been stuck, I do feel by doing this, it's really going to benefit you. Okay. I'm counting, because I'm counting connected to the eclipses. The message is coming. This makes sense. I'm hearing by August things will be quite different, but I also feel you could directly be dealing with a Leo for some of you, not all of you, but it's also your strength, okay? Sun is directly connected to Leo. It's your inner strength. It's the power you have within a situation to move forward after these eclipses and beyond. Now, mid-year, we do have a retrograde cycle. We do have more eclipses playing out. The Leo energy also plays out around the time of the Lionsgate portal, but it's a lot of manifestation. It's like the plan of action I feel you guys are looking at. Where am I going from here? What am I doing? If you're getting triggered in January and you're looking at a situation that has infinitely been playing out, to transform that frequency in an energetic way, come back to this very moment and realize that it's for a day. If you can shift that energy, you can actually help shift that block and that scenario playing out. I'm also feeling and sensing that there is a situation playing out that is going to be playing out around you, and it might have been going on for a while, but it's not going to directly completely connect to you. It will be external to you. And that is also other cards coming up. I'm seeing that energy playing out. So you might be super critical, or there could be a real critical situation going on that, you know, there's a dire need for a change in the situation, and the things that you're directly going to be doing is going to be helping that situation transform. But it's also other energies playing out around you where, you know, whereby they can actually do something, allowing that and disconnecting from it so those people, places and things can evolve. But I do feel you're going to be very, very driven this year. Now, in your finances, it can be that you directly have a person in your life. You now are in balance with this person. It's also taking a very mature approach. It's to your finances. It's really trying to achieve those targets so you can have the finer things in life, but I don't feel you're quite driven by that. I feel it's more being understanding, being very responsible, but really doing the things that you love, you know, wanting to have more balance in your life moving forward when it does come to your finances, but also it could be connected to a romantic connection for those of you who that applies. And as I mentioned before, you don't need to be with this person for this energy to be playing out. If this is part of your destiny, this person's energy will be seeping through your read. Now, with your work, and I'll put a clarifier on this. I feel you guys have been, with this is third party energy, okay? But we're interpreting this as in employment. I'll pull a clarifier. I'm probably going to pull one more. Now, with the energy coming through, it might have been, again, with the 4th house placement, 2's company, 3's a crowd. It's so many things that have been pulling at you. So you're very mindful of this, and I think if you have put the steps in place for these situations to not interrupt your workflow, you could have a home-based business. It's sorting those situations to a degree of what is within your control. Intuitively tuning into that, right? Look at my beautiful nail broken. So that you can get the best out of that scenario. If you knowingly know a situation had been imbalanced and it's been directly impacting your employment, some of you might not be working and there's blocks in the way. It's what steps directly can you take to alleviate that? Is it a home-related situation? Could you potentially be doing something from the home front to generate income and employment? Regardless, whatever the situation is, in your employment, it's like external situations directly impacting it, but needing to really follow your intuition. Now, the amethyst will assist with that, the tourmaline also will assist with that in the sense of you energetically being protected with the eclipses, and it feels quite honestly normal that this is coming up at this point for January, considering the eclipses are going to be in Cancer. So it makes sense, providing you're organised, you know, your routine is in balance, you had some plans of action and you placed them there for the movement, you followed your intuition. I do feel this is going to flow through fine. Now I'm going to pull an animal totem card on that. I'm going to proceed forward. Yeah, it's a cycle that's ending out. This is a bit like the World card. It is, and you've got the World card further down in the relationship sector. So it's a karmic cycle, directly cycling out, allowing that situation to evolve. And again, it came out in reverse, but I've sent this. It is a cycle that is ending, okay? But again, it is external to you. It can, for some of you, be directly connected to you. But at the same time, it is coming through that it's actually resolving, evolving, and shall end. Now, with your tribe, you've got the 2 of Wands, okay? Now, this is also, you know, it's honing in. The people you're mixing with are your tribe. They are your partnerships. You're negotiating and looking at situations. You're really choosing who you're mixing with. You're like, look, I don't have time for BS. These are the people I'm mixing with, and the BS I do tolerate is because they're my tribe. Okay? You're also trying to assist with the routine with these people, with the it can be scheduling, especially if it's connected to employment and then your tribe. But there's a lot of planning, and there can also be partnership coming through a group. So some of you may meet a partner through a group, but it's also working with the right people. That is the key to this. You may also wish to not be around certain people around the eclipse, so it's really choosing that and being very wise about it. Now in luck you have the Page, which is really beautiful. It's more turning over a new lake, I'm sensing. So this frequency coming towards you, it does feel like a, how do I put it? It's like a new start. It's like, and I'm also seeing a clover in my mind's eye, like peace, moving towards a situation that is more peaceful. Okay. I take time to reflect on my life to see a higher perspective. Observe life from the greater perspective. Reflect on the inner light. Develop consistent spiritual practices. Increase spiritual awareness. Meditate regularly. This is for the person in question connected to you, whomever this is. I feel they've really meditated upon this and they've seen an area of clarity. Some of you, this could be an ex. Again, their higher heart chakra appears to be cleared, because they're also, with the blue coming through, it's very much linking in the throat chakra, which is governed by Mercury. And with the nodes in Gemini moving through, this chair's deeply uncomfortable. I do feel this communication is coming through. For those of you who aren't in communication, it feels as though the intent and the communication and the seed of this new idea is coming through. Also with these cycles, it may be that they're cycling a situation out. This person potentially could already be with you, but this is the energy that's coming through. Now, in your dream sector, this is a love proposal, okay? So there potentially could be, there's a shift in the frequency. So the things that you're passionate about are coming towards you. The people, the places, the things, they're starting to be drawn towards you. And you've got Jade. Yeah, you got a lot of luck around this, okay? You got Jade in that area. If you're being concerned about a situation and you really feel that you're transforming and changing, I do feel you're actually overcoming this, okay? So if there's been toxic energies around you from 2019, you're meditating upon the situations, it could be a hurdle, whatever this dynamic is, and it could even be karmic energy, because I did really place this more in a sense of, you know, what is the karmic frequency that's playing out, especially with the eclipses playing out. I feel this is a situation that is going to resolve. Yeah, again, connected to a home-related environment. I'll let you read the card. Got to get used to this camera angle. I am smart. I am open to learning something new. I am organised, 4th house placement, telling you. Clear thinking. Release mind chatter. Maintain courage and self-confidence. Recognise your own intelligence. Ease with problem solving. So this toxic situation, I feel you know what to do. How it's going to play out. What's going to occur. Okay, the unseen. There's a few things coming through with this, and I will pull it. If there's a family-related dynamic in the unseen position, it can be connecting in with children. It also could be your energy. Now, the clarifier is, I observe my surroundings and know I am divinely guided. It's trusting that a situation in a karmic cycle shall evolve and resolve. It also could be a child-related dynamic. It also could be the belief within yourself. It's several things. I'm hearing the song Return to Innocence. There may be a message inside that song for you. But it's also keeping yourself on the right path and knowing that you potentially can't, well, you can't change what other people are doing, but you're observing the situation and your surroundings and know everything does happen for a reason. So if you feel that some situation's playing out, trusting in the process and coming back to the one moment, I feel is really going to anchor your energy in. But I am feeling for some of you this is connected to a younger person. And a situation potentially that's been playing out for a while. Again, in the previous read that I did for you guys, there is also an energy in the unseen that a child may be conceived for some of you. But it's, you know, when the Empress card came out, and again, being that the eclipse is in Cancer, which is a very, you know, feminine orientated sign, but it's more the intuition, the empath, it does come through as such for some of you. So if you are wanting to conceive, it's appearing, yes, this can come out of left field, but there is also a family-related dynamic of a starting of a new beginning, an ending of one cycle, a beginning of another. So it does feel that if you observe things and see things through, you're going to gain clarity on something. But you need to look at, again, I did mention this at the beginning of the read, becoming an objective observer. It's external to you, this situation, for some of you. Increase consciousness of reactions to others, increase mental, physical, and emotional flexibility. It's looking at the situation and understanding that this situation is a lesson, but I don't think it's for you. I feel it's for somebody else. Let's get into your romance section. Now, your crowning energy. You got your money on your mind and your mind on your money. But it's really putting work into a love connection. Really having all the tools to handle what's coming. Then, past tense, you put this out into the ethers. Okay? This is a wish. And I feel this was from Christmas, some of the energies were playing out. The way you're looking at things, it's almost like it's ripe and it's ready to pick. It's so close you can't imagine. And again, at the heart of this, with you, Libra, you've got the Sun. So again, some of you are directly dealing with the Leo. It's also the power within the situation. This is a general read for the collective. Open your heart to the enormous growth ahead. Some of you, again, as I mentioned, because in the previous read, I've done this read 3 times, and the energy is coming through again, some of you, with the cycle of life, with the innocence, with the Sun energy. This also can be inner child work, eclipse in Cancer. Some of you may conceive, so if you don't want to, be careful. You're going to have mass movement moving all the way through to June, July. Okay? Now, this is where the energy stands in January. There is a plan of action. There is a situation playing out for you. Your crowning energy between the both of you is the World. Now, this is about a cycle, directly speaking, with the energy of Cancer Capricorn, with the Node. It's playing out. This is romance coming to you. This is moving to the next level. This is marriage for some of you. Now, this person is rising like the phoenix. They're moving through their ascension symptoms. They're changing, they're transforming, they're taking their power back. They've really been through the ringer. Phoenix, be prepared to be renewed after a period of crisis. And I do feel this can be connected to last month. It feels longer, but it's amped up in the last 2 months, okay? Even from October in 2019, I feel this situation was playing out, be it you're with them or not. This energy in their life has been transforming. You've been focusing on the progress. You've been trying to keep yourself positive. You've been looking at the long-term goal. Sometimes you've been pulled back energetically, mentally, but there's also a hawk on the card, which is really showing that, you know, you're very similar. There's a bird on the coin and the Phoenix. So you're very much mirroring each other when it does come to this. Now, where you've got a wish, and it does look very much like Christmas, they've got cracker, okay? And this was from December. Celebrations. Positive energy surrounds you. Love, joy, and good fortune awaits. Both of you are on the same page when it does come to what you're wanting to achieve moving into 2020. So your mindset is very much, look, I'm taking some downtime, going into hermit mode, be it together, be it separately. Plan of action, recouping, because both energies feel they were super fatigued last year. You've then got the Sun, okay? This is taking your power back. Inner child work, child-related dynamics going on, potentially birth of a child, plans of action, but doing things that make you happy, hoping for a better day. Know that you are protected as you face challenges, but remain cautious. So this person knows, in order to get those hopes and dreams, I'm hearing, I'd climb every mountain. Now that can be a song. You guys are working hard, okay? You're working hard on this situation. Now you've got the Chariot, they've got the Fool card. This is a leap of faith. This is movement forward. With this cycle, I do feel it's the cycle that is going on that is bringing both of you together closer. But there is a plan going on between you, be it together or not. There's a plan coming through. It is very much linked to potentially some of you a past life cycle. With the World and the energy of the nodes of Cancer, I'm feeling this is a ending a karmic cycle and beginning. You guys, both parties are looking at work and love. Again, I'm hearing I want it all. I'll pull one last card. And I will see you during the month. If you are wanting me to tune in psychically, which for those of you who have been with me a long time, maybe I'll pick 2. You know I come to you regularly. Okay. I'm hearing this karmic cycle, whatever it is, a situation that have been playing out for a while. If it's not meant to be fixed, it's not. And I don't feel this is connected to you. I feel the epiphany is going to be, if it's broke and it can't be fixed, don't fix. And I don't feel this is a dynamic separate to the connection. It can be some things being shifted, moved, and pushed around to be more effectively more in alignment. It's the world, right? This is a cycle changing. Can it be fixed? Do you need to choose a different way of looking at it? All right. Now, with this proposal, to clarify, is shapeshifter, spirit keeper of the north, but it's in reverse. Okay, it's going down whether people like it or not. So it's like people are trying to stop the healing, I feel, in this connection, stop the movement, stop the cycle. And it's interesting that they've got the mountain. I don't feel, yeah, it's not happening. It's not like that. the connection, the bond is growing. Let's see what this karmic energy is. It's because I'm nosy. Yeah, it's an X. Love and light. See you on the other side.